Hey everybody, episode 3, Optional Bosses. This is Kyle here.
Ryan.
This is Mark.
And we're here today talking about the Mass Effect 3 DLC. Maybe apologies are needed, but we'll get to that. We're gonna try a new thing tonight. We're gonna kind of talk about like what we've been doing lately, what we're doing right now currently, games, movies, anything like that. Anything we just want to share. So Ryan, why don't we go ahead and start with you, man?
Okay. Lately I've been playing a lot of Portal 2. I know I'm a little late to that party, but yeah, I'm enjoying the ride. I just beat the single player mode and the multiplayer mode. My
Awesome.
friends had made it into a drinking game.
Nice.
The basic premise is you drink scotch and see how long you can play before you're about ready to choke each other. So, we successfully completed it. My friend's still alive, and we had a lot of fun.
That's good.
That's pretty funny.
That's really awesome, man. I never really got into Portal. It's a little
me
yeah. I really just need to sit down and just play it. You know what I mean?
You have to like a puzzle game, but it's
true.
fun.
Maybe we can do a co-op or something because you'll know what you're doing. I can just come
Right.
along for the ride.
Yeah.
And the dialogue is hilarious.
Yeah, I always hear stuff about how well all the characters are written and everything like that, and how funny it is. But really cool, man. Anything else going on? Or?
No, that's about it.
Cool.
I've been playing through Peace Walker.
Very nice.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
One on the PSP, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm playing it in HD on my Xbox.
Nice.
I'm loving it, man. Just beat Metal Gear Solid 3 prior to that.
Very cool. That's awesome, man. Never a bad time. When's the last time you played these? How long has it been since you played the third one?
The third one I played probably. When did 4 come out? Like 4 or 5 years?
No, like 2010, 2009,
Was
2010. Yeah.
It just seems that
long.
Okay, well then I guess it was that long ago because I beat all of those right before Metal Gear Solid 4 came out.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I called off work for Metal Gear Solid 4. So.
I know.
I think I beat Metal Gear Solid 3 more than any of the other ones.
I think I have too. Yeah.
And I don't see how people could ever hate on Peace Walker, man,
I don't think anybody does, in all honesty.
Well, if there are people, they don't need to, and if not, that's good, because one of the best relationships in all of video game history is between the boss and Big Boss.
Oh man, he really gets over her in that one. He really shapens up at the end of that game. Yeah, for sure. Well, very cool. What I've been playing lately is a really overlooked title that came out this generation on Xbox and PS3. It's called Alpha Protocol. It got slammed in reviews, but it's pretty much like a Mass Effect spy espionage game, RPG elements, stuff like that. Has kind of wonky cover, the most ridiculous stealth animation I've ever seen in a game. But other than that, I got it for $8 at GameStop, and I've been playing. Yeah, playing through it, and I'm actually really liking it. I think it's really, really cool. I'll probably play through it a couple times too, just because there's so many different choices that you could have. Characters can die or live. You can have so many different love interests instead of just being able to have one like in Mass Effect. 2, I think you could have a couple, but in this one you could have lots.
Okay, cool.
I think there's 7 girls that you can simultaneously. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool game. I feel like James Bond for sure, just globe trotting and just solving this mystery while I'm a rogue agent on the run from American government. It's just sweet, it's totally great. But totally overlooked game. Everyone go pick it up for under $10 now.
Yeah.
But let's get to the real meat and potatoes of tonight.
What we're here for, huh?
What we're here for, why we gathered this evening. The Mass Effect 3, the DLC, the extended cut. I think at the end of our last podcast we explained pretty well how much we hated what had happened. Maybe even said some words that maybe some of us are now regretting. Maybe some of us not so much.
I have to take back some points. Some remain. Some remain.
But it was made. It's out there, and now we're here repenting, if you will. And I really, really liked what I got out of my game. Let me Ryan, why don't you go ahead and tell us which one you got and how just you felt about it.
Okay. Well, first off, let me get the negative points out of the way, because I feel I have to address them. What I saw in the DLC was first off, I kind of was hoping in the bottom of my heart that they would expand upon your relationship with Jack a little bit more if you had picked her, or if you had picked one of the other relationship choices that kind of got shuffled under the rug.
Nothing got expanded on my relationship.
I didn't even go that far back, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, go on.
But, yeah, like I said, that was a hope in May. That was still. They showed like a little clip of her at the end, but that's like, oh my god, it was really impersonal. Second off, it was still. It went from an ABC choice ending to an ABCD choice.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Which still wasn't what they had promised us originally. However, that being said, I went through, I played, I picked the synthesis ending, and...
Stuck with the original.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I was actually completely pleased and satisfied with how they explained everything and how they showed the outcome of my decision. I feel like perhaps... Even though this wasn't what they promised, if I had gotten this from the get-go, the rest of the game would have been awesome enough to make me overlook the lie.
Totally.
Yeah, wow.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I completely agree with that.
I do.
So what kind of happened in your ending?
What kind of happened is that Shepard chooses to fall into the catalyst, or yeah, I guess that's what
big beam.
Yeah, the beam, and his DNA is used as kind of to synthesize machines into and organics into one new ultimate life form, the pinnacle of evolution for society. And so now the Reapers work with humanity to kind of rebuild what they destroyed. They have access to the stored life force of all these cycles beforehand, and basically, I evolved the universe.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I dig that a lot. Kind of transcend
cool.
like what you were into the next phase of evolution, if you will.
Exactly, and it had the whole zoom in on Joker and Edie and their theme. They have that whole like everybody remembering me. They have Krogans reconstructing their society to be better and I guess more. Not just destroy everything.
Yeah.
So it showed a lot. It showed my teammates remembering me. Like I said, I got the one, courtesy shot of Jack, but, nothing deeper than that.
But I think
that's unfortunate.
that was all the way around. Because
Yeah.
I saw Jack too.
Yeah. Oh, one point I did appreciate is the scene with Shepard running towards the beacon before he gets hit by the laser. I like how they explained how... one of your teammates gets injured and they have to leave you.
The Normandy comes and picks him up?
Yeah, the Normandy comes and picks him up, so that explained why that happened.
Yeah, because that was one of the things we were complaining about, for sure.
Right, exactly, and they actually made the whole cutscene a little better. Shepard's, juking lasers left and right and dodging, like, exploded tanks.
Being the hero he really is.
Exactly, he just... Because before, I think you were just running, it wasn't even a cutscene, you just get blasted at some point.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was not transitional whatsoever. It was just right in the gameplay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. Well, okay. What ending did you choose, Mark?
I went ahead and went with choosing to control the Reapers.
Very nice.
I mean, I really hate the elusive man. I don't like his... I mean, he's a badass character. In the story, they kind of make you dislike this man.
You love to hate him.
Exactly.
Yeah, they write him to be a good bad guy.
I'm more of a badass than the elusive man, so I feel like I can control them.
Okay, very nice, yeah.
And
you kind of proved that.
Yeah, right. And so I chose to control them, and what happened was, I go up, I grab the prongs or whatever you're latching onto, my body literally dematerializes and like into a black ash, and then you're just gone.
Yeah.
And it shows like the blue explosion, I believe it is, and it just travels throughout the universe. The Reapers pick up, are on the planets, destroying whatnot. They actually stay where they are. They don't leave like they do in your ending, right?
Right, they
actually
temporarily
left yours.
leave, and then
Yeah.
they show them come back later, and they're like putting the cities back
Helping
together.
build. Okay, that's very nice.
So mine actually stay there, and that guy's getting attacked by the what's his name?
The husk.
The husk.
Oh yeah. I had a scene like that too.
And he just stops, and they look at the Reapers, and really epic. So at that point, it goes.
Oh, just to mention, in mine, they're like mid-fight, and then things go blurry, and they like fuse. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds pretty.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
That sounds
actually.
really cool. But it goes into a dialogue with Shepard, which is now the Reaper leader, basically.
He's
the
like
Reaper mind.
Exactly.
And totally badass. His speech was epic. The whole sacrificing myself, sacrificing one to save all. It's just, he's total badass.
A very heroic ending.
It fit the character I felt the best, and they really explained it. I love the whole fact that when you're talking to Star Child, they actually give you a chance to have dialogue with him.
Yeah.
You can actually
ask questions.
Yeah,
rather than
absolutely.
here's a bunch of bullshit we're just gonna feed you, and then you're gonna play and.
It felt like it was better written too, right? Like it felt like it was more consistent in like what it was trying to do and stuff like that. I don't know. I really like the changes, especially on that part.
Yeah, right. I do too. And then at that point, my Shepard's talking and whatnot. Then it flashes to the Krogan having babies, and then they're rebuilding. And there's a Reaper in the background helping build the city. Very
cool.
similar to yours. A B C D ending.
Yeah.
But he's building, and then it jumps to Earth and a couple of guys in London, and like London's still in ashes, but a whole bunch of Reapers are helping build. And it was really cool, man. I still don't get the whole ending, the whole after credits.
Oh, maybe you can explain now why you don't understand it.
I just don't.
What do you not understand about it? He's referring to the grandpa scene at the end where they're just standing there talking. Like,
no explanation to who these people are.
Why do they have to be anybody? Everyone knows who Shepard is. He's God in your game. He transcended himself and became one with the machines.
He should still be around, not talking.
But he's not around anymore because he is. Yeah, they're talking about Commander Shepard.
Tell me about the Shepard. That's all he says. He said, "Tell me one more story about the Shepard."
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I hear they're opening up for more ideas.
Yeah, well, there's that leak of DLC that might be coming out. That somebody found in the coding of this DLC, and it's a bunch of dialogue talking about Leviathan. It's a Reaper that's been brought up a couple times during the game. And it's a rogue Reaper, and he's got his own agenda and stuff. And it could be cool. I don't know if Shepard has anything to do with that story.
Right.
But... but we'll just have to see. And they haven't commented on it yet either, Bioware that is. But,
But I was actually very pleased with my ending. I love that they go through and explain things, I felt like I had, for the most part, some closure.
Right. And I understood why I had the options that I did, and kind of more of what each option meant.
Exactly. I know. It felt like almost it was. I really knew at that time. I was like, well, there's no way I'm not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna screw it up this time.
Yeah, exactly. And
I know what I'm choosing.
Yeah, exactly. And for both of y'all actually knew what you were choosing this time because they said this right here is this option. This right here is the other option. That's where the first time y'all played through, y'all were kind of like different colors. I'm just gonna choose.
Yeah, right. That's that's true.
So,
well, cool. Yeah, I did the destruction ending again. Went through it. Like everyone pointed out, all the explanations from Star Child was a lot better. I kind of understood it more. I think you even said that he was more nicer. He felt nicer this time around.
The alien seemed more benevolent, less he didn't really give a fuck about what happens to humanity.
Yeah.
Before it kind of seemed like he was like, well, here's really bad choice A, really bad choice B, and really bad choice C. You deal with it.
Yeah, they all suck. Choose one.
Now he's more he's trying to find a goal that's kind of mutually beneficial.
Yeah, he even says, we have to find a new remedy. We have to find a new cure for this disease chaos.
Yeah.
I've dug all that. I really dug all the shaping up of the writing that they changed up at this part. I thought they did a really wonderful job with all that. Even in the last podcast, I said I could deal with all the elusive man stuff. That was all okay up until, this little blue thing came out and started talking to you. But yeah, I really enjoyed where it went from there. I got a really nice narration from Hackett at the end, and he was just kind of going over, how everyone sacrificed something big, and we're all better when we're united, and we can accomplish more as one universe rather than many.
Right,
Exactly. So it was really, really cool. Very A, B, and C. I got the same scenes that y'all did, just a different dialogue over on top of it. And then everything else was just a different color. You know what I mean? So they threw a splash of green on everything in your game, and the Reapers electrocuted green.
Yeah.
And then yours they electrocuted blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then mine red, I think. But yeah, it was just that was kind of a cop out. But you know what, they were doing this for us because we were complaining so much. So I get that they're not gonna just they're not gonna make it super put a lot of money into this, especially if they're just gonna give it for free. A lot of man hours into this rather, but.
Well, Kyle, I have two questions for you.
Sure.
First off, what was your final verdict on how you ended up feeling about the breath
let me get to that. The shepherd, he breathes at the end. My shepherd survives. I had originally perceived that the Citadel blew up, even through this playthrough also, and I went back and watched it again and realized that the Citadel doesn't blow up at all, so that means Shepard's just on the Citadel chilling, and then at the very end, he just breathes. So my shepherd's alive, still rocking it on the Citadel apparently. So, I think that's pretty cool. My shepherd got to survive. I did like that. I could go back and realize that. It would have killed me if I still thought that he was on the ground. The rubble still looks like cement, but someone pointed out to me that from a developer standpoint, it makes sense to copy and paste rubble from a different scene and put it into that scene. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, and stuff like that. So, I'm trying to be rational about it, and it most makes sense, especially people talking on the boards are saying that, that it is the case, that he's on the Citadel, and he's just, up there, and then he'll, past that, I don't really need to know anything else. He's alive, he's kicking it, that's pretty cool. Everyone thinks I'm dead, that's sad.
And I hope someone went and got him at some point,
Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I really liked my ending a lot. It was cool. Good. I did have a disconnect with it. If it was fluid all the way like this the entire time, I think I would have even gotten some tears out of me at the very end. But I felt this disconnect because it had been months since I played the last time. I've had all this scornful energy this entire time.
The hurt.
Yeah, the hurt, exactly. And then it kind of comes out of nowhere. This really positive thing kind of comes out of nowhere and catches me off guard. But, I still have that disconnect because it's been so long since I played the game originally. So, I don't know. When they're all standing there in the Normandy and they're putting up, your name plaque, I think I probably would have squirted some on that one, I probably would have squirted some tears out on that one if it were back, in March when it came out.
Right.
But,
and just real quick, question number 2. How did you, and this is opened up from Mark as well, I want to know how both of y'all ended up feeling about the rejection ending.
Oh, the refusal, yeah.
Like the way it turned out, I like how Shepard's like, oh,
I'm not going to make that decision.
Exactly.
I'll keep on fighting until I'm dead.
Exactly.
Yeah, I dig that a lot.
Well, you do that.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just fun.
Yeah.
I guess we're just all going to die.
The change to the sovereign, voice was I thought that was really
I thought
cool.
so too. I thought it was a real nice touch.
At that point, to me, the whole grandpa scene at the end does make sense. Because that is the next civilization.
The next cycle? Yeah. Then it makes sense.
That
makes the most sense in that
ending. But I don't know if that's even the case.
Yeah, they could just
you don't even know if that's thousands of years later
I
either.
know, but it fits better with that ending, I think.
That's true. And I like the idea of that too, for sure. Especially because we were even talking about it last podcast, that'd be cool if they did something like that where they left behind, what Liara did whenever she was reporting on you. And it was just it was kind of our Promethean artifact, if you will. And they pulled that off in the refusal ending, and I dug it. I dig morose just horrifying endings where civilizations die. You lost. That's the you lose ending, you know? But that's cool. That's one of the choices if you want to. But do you really lose? You get that last satisfaction of Shepard being badass.
Right.
Really sticking it to the man.
Exactly. Great.
I like it though. So what do y'all want next for Mass Effect? Are we done with Shepard? Do y'all want any more Shepard? Are y'all ready to restart into a new story?
I'd be okay of just it ending on that.
Right.
You never want anything else from Mass Effect ever again?
I definitely would like maybe...
The universe, definitely.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. They've already said there's going to be more games, so we don't even have to play the what-if scenario. Yeah.
But like, I mean... It's like a fittingly epic close to the saga.
Why make more, you know? Exactly.
Or maybe life after Shepard.
Yeah, exactly.
But, oh man, that would be so different though.
Yeah,
you know, depending on... I guess
who would they be
maybe
as
they'll
the main
just
character,
have like one ending as canon, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be cool. MMO gets thrown out all the time. I'm saying no.
I hate MMOs.
Stop making games into MMOs.
Just stop making MMOs.
Only WoW is successful, so don't even try it. Look what happened to fucking Star Wars Online. Like. That was booming for a while. It's never going to make its money back, though.
They're talking about
free-to-play model?
Free-to-play model. And if it was free-to-play, I would definitely be playing it still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I probably would, too.
And they'd probably eventually end up getting my money somehow or another.
Yeah, buying that lightsaber you had your eye on. Absolutely. Yeah. The free-to-play model works. It absolutely works.
Works for League of Legends. So.
Yeah, and you're a big League of Legends player.
Right.
You put money into that, don't you?
Yeah, for the skins and everything, and like that company is definitely doing well. I mean, the latest tournament, you know, the big one had like a multi-million-dollar first prize. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
So if they can afford that,
start training now,
Ryan.
Yeah, I really like the free-to-play model. I think everyone goes into it saying like, good, well, I don't have to throw money at it, but I think everybody at some point throws some money at it, you know.
Well, after a certain amount of time, you get a certain amount of enjoyment. You don't feel bad about putting your money into it, you know.
Exactly, and someone did make that, you know. Show them a little love, you know. We're all in this industry, you know, together, and we got to make it float as the consumers. So,
yep.
You know, that's why we just got to keep on making it happen. Well, really, that's it for the Mass Effect. I can't really think about anything else to talk about unless you got something.
Yeah, I got one more thing. First off, I just want to call out that I called it that indoctrination theory was not true.
Hey, that's still running rampant on the boards, man.
I was saying,
but you know, it kind of puts a kibosh on it if he's just on the Citadel. But but look at it this way, man. First off, if you go back, there's this whole controversy now that indoctrination theory and the ending was in the original game, but they took it out, and that's why there's all the cues that we were talking about, like all the hallucination dreams and the people on the ship saying they're hearing voices, because apparently it was originally in there. I don't know that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on GameFAQs boards all the time. You know how many people talk shit on those boards.
So there's a conspiracy theory.
There's conspiracy. It's a very meta conspiracy theory. It goes deep. There's many levels to it. You know. But it's a pretty cool theory, I still say, and so many people were so diehard about it and combed through that game so hard, picking out every single little nuance that stood out to like try and connect it into their wild theories.
Look at it.
I kind of feel bad for those people in a way, and myself included, because we all spent a lot of time trying to construct this lie and believe it to just make ourselves like this game. I think was what it was. Hopefully some of those conspiracy theorists could agree with me on this, but I think we were just trying to find some sort of salvation out of that ending. So we were just trying to make the best of it by making up this whole indoctrination theory story. Totally guilty of it.
I guess the only other thing, it's just a cool point that I remembered while you all were talking. Something that was in my synthesis ending that probably wasn't in any of y'all's ending was simply that it showed after the merger between organics and synthetics, it shows Kasumi, the DLC character, restarting and continuing her relationship with the AI construct of her dead lover.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
That's totally
See, I never
awesome.
even got to play any of those
you didn't
DLCs too. So that really sucked.
I just
Thank
thought
EA
that was
because you had to use coffee or something,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, one of those like little touches that just like was like.
That is
ooh,
awesome.
you
I
know?
really dug the Zaid on the beach with a beer and his
Yeah.
feet kicked up. You didn't have that either? Oh my god, it was a totally chill picture, man. I really liked it. There's a couple of those freeze frames that I really liked. I got a couple smiles out of.
I think in your ending they actually show a Quarian's face. They do because there's a Quarian talking to the Geth.
Is it the same flicker picture?
No, it's a picture from the side, so it just looks like a face, but you can't tell details in it. But I thought that was kind of cool to kind of like maybe appease a little bit.
Right.
And you brought up that you didn't have like an extra love thing. I didn't have an extra love thing either, and that kind of really bothered me.
Just you know how big the relationships were, like throughout the story.
Anything,
you know,
like you couldn't, and like it never changed up who was putting the plaque on the wall. It was always Liara.
Yeah.
And like in my game, Liara didn't give a shit about me because I broke her heart so many times. So I thought
I kind of fucked up my love story in 3 and accidentally kissed Liara when I was going for Tally. And totally fucked all that up.
So you didn't get any ladies
And
at the
so
end?
I didn't even give a fuck.
Well, I got.
I did get Liara, but I didn't give 2 shits about that bitch.
I was with the reporter, that little fling with the
I couldn't
reporter.
get her.
Oh, dude, she was so she was.
That's
she
because
wanted
unless
it.
you chose somebody, you were like stuck with them. It was like your path.
You had to wait. There's a grace period where you can like get her right before you actually choose someone. Like the last moment that you can choose someone. And then I went with Ashley because we had a fling. I think my love story with Ashley was awesome because like you were with her at the very beginning.
Then y'all separated.
And y'all separated, and then she hated you, and then y'all got reunited, and then y'all have almost that standoff where you almost had to shoot her, and I almost had to shoot her in the third one. And it was just a real fucked up relationship. Really gravitated towards it for some reason. So I ended up sticking it out with Ashley. And like I said, you went for the.
I went for Jack.
For Jack, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like really the most disappointing of all the love stories, I think, because
she was a pretty big favorite, I thought too.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
You'd think that she would have gotten some extra love.
Right, exactly. And I mean, they didn't even have an expansion on a longer scene when you call her via communicator right before the thing. She's still just like, survive, Shepard, because I want to get laid. And that's like about it.
Is that really what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Jack. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then and even her like after image thing on the ending was a little bit generic. It just shows her like standing at attention with like a group of her students behind her.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's all there was.
That's really shitty. But that's okay.
That was all you got, even if you weren't romancing her.
Yeah.
So I must say you should feel very ashamed. Like, just let down because...
Yeah, she didn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
I guess not.
You got lost with time.
You're just some guy.
You're old news. You're the old meat pole. Anyways, on that note, a good place to end the podcast. Thank everybody for listening. We'll try and keep current with stuff like this, and we'll also gush about old games that we love and old topics and stuff like that. I think I have a whole retro segment that we're just going to talk about retro games.
Awesome.
And all those old school games, man.
Where
the roots, absolutely. So thanks again, everybody. This was Optional Bosses.
Ryan Burnett, a.k.a. Graffito.
Mark Blasdell, a.k.a. Buffalo Biggs.
And Kyle Neely, the Philanthropist Gamer. Game on, guys.
Game on.